Hello, UCAR. Peter Christensen here, coming to you from the CEO's desk. We're going to talk about section 3.3 of the REPC today. So the possession section. So ever had this scenario happen to you where buyers show up to the title company for settlement and they're driving their U-Haul, chuck full of their stuff, expecting to get the keys and drive straight back to their new house and start unloading? Well, the reality is they may not be authorized to move in right after settlement, right? So let's look at section 3.3. What does it say? Well, you have boxes there. You can check. So the first one is upon recording. So possession will take place upon recording. Now, possession is the legal right of the new buyer to own it, to occupy it. And there are triggering events here. So upon recording, X hours after recording, or X calendar days after recording. So notice what the trigger is. This is new in the latest reboot of the REPC. And that is the triggering event is recording. Now, do we know when recording will occur? Do we have is there a moment when we're sitting at the table that we push record? No, we don't know. We've got, so Labor Day weekend, for instance, right? We're in September, at least when we're filming this, we're in September. You have Labor Day. So you go in for settlement on Friday morning. Will that be recorded Friday? Maybe. It could be. Maybe not. Will it be recorded on Saturday? Probably not. Will it be recorded on Sunday? Probably not. Will it be recorded on Monday, which is Labor Day? Probably not. So now we're looking at Tuesday. And let's say you checked upon recording. Well, if the buyers don't understand this and they show up with their U-Haul on Friday at the title company, or even let's say they're a little savvy and they say, well, we know seller still has to sign and everything has to go through the title company, but they show up Saturday morning with their U-Haul, and you've got a seller who still is moving out, counting on probably waiting till Tuesday to have to be out for recording to happen. Well, you've got a problem there. So what are the issues? Well, not only do you have perhaps a buyer who's upset, I've got my U-Haul full of stuff, I already checked out of my last place, I don't have a place to stay, I thought I'd be in by this date. So an unmet expectation there. You've got seller who may be counting on that time to get out of the property, and they're upset when buyer shows up and starts pressuring them to get out. They're maybe not ready to move into their new place. You have issues. Let's say buyer just starts moving stuff in. Well, now we've got bailment issues. Who's responsible for the property that's in there? As buyer moves in early and seller still has stuff there, does seller have or buyer have a responsibility to care for seller's stuff as they're coming in and out? Does if buyer moves in a few things early and seller's still occupying the home, does seller now have the duty to watch over buyer's stuff? So create some problems, some issues, not to mention liability insurance. There are issues there if the place burns down or they flood it, the new buyers flood something. There are issues. So easily avoided. Explain to the buyers what triggers their ability to possess the property, recording, whether it's X hours or X days, and explain to them this is it's a moving target. They cannot know exactly when. If they're so bent on, hey, I've got my whole crew showing up at 2:00 Tuesday afternoon, do they know recording is going to occur by then? Well, maybe not. And so let them know, you got to be flexible. We got to kind of wait for the go ahead from the title company, from the seller, letting us know it has recorded and we've met the conditions of the REPC. You are free to move in. Just managing expectations. We do a lot of that, don't we? Thanks for tuning in. Remember, this is not meant as specific legal advice. This is legal information only. If you need specific legal advice, please consult your attorney. If you like this video or any of the others, go check out our library. got a nice collection going now, and we'll put the link in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.